Tom Brady, no matter how much crap I talk, you keep winning. No matter how bad I think you are, you keep proving me wrong by winning. And then people think you're so good. And it gets to the point to where I can't even argue the fact anymore. Anyway, this is the Bucks. This is the Super Bowl champs. We're gonna run down the 2020 season. Yeah, y'all's was happy. Obviously, 11-5. You were 7th in offense, 2nd in passing. Brady, 28th in the rush. Brady, because he's running all over the field, right? You're 6th in defense, 1st against the run, 21st against the pass. But this defensive line was one of the best I have ever seen. The GM, Jason Litch, you've actually done a fantastic job. Bruce Arians is obviously a fantastic coach, offensive coordinator, risk it or biscuit. That's his motto. That's what he goes by. That's what Brady did, and it worked wonders, especially when you're throwing the Gronk and all those other weapons that you have. Offensive coordinator, Brian Leftwich, he's been an old standby of Bruce Arians for a good long time. Todd Bowles, excellent head coach in his own right when he was with the Jets. I think he got an unfair deal, and he came here and proved that he is still a great offensive coordinator. The Bucks, because Tom Brady is such a great guy, they have cap space to still spend money, and they re-signed one of their big free agents in Chris Godwin. Everything the Bucks are doing is winning. They're just winning across the board. Big free agents. You got Shaquille Barrett. He's not coming back. He's getting all the money in the world. You franchised him last year. You used your franchise this year on Godwin. So Shaquille Barrett probably gone. Ndamukong Suh, you could probably still sign him back. He loves not paying taxes. If I were him, I would go to Jacksonville, like I said earlier. But again, he could still come back. Gronkowski, he's probably coming back. AB, I don't know if he's coming back or not. If you have a healthy Chris Godwin, why do you need him? Just let him walk. I'm sure AB would be happy playing with his cousin in Baltimore, but we'll find out. You got Leonard Fournette. He's probably not going to be back. He got a Super Bowl ring, and now he's going to be chasing that dollar. Everybody else is pretty much irrelevant, especially LaShawn McCoy, who won 2 championships, not getting the carry. Anyway, so what would you do if you're the Bucks and you don't even have that many holes? You signed Tom Brady, you still have all these excellent receivers who are under contract. You're probably going to bring Gronk back. Your defense is still pretty stable. Levante David is coming back. You still have one of the best middle linebackers in football. What do you do? What do you need? So the biggest thing is you need to fill up that hole that Ndamukong Suh is leaving a void in, because Ndamukong Suh has turned into a super dominant Aaron Donald type pass rusher and interior defensive lineman to one of the best run pluggers in football. So you need a run plugger who can do that job for you and be not as good, but at least good enough to get you by. So you can get a Lawrence Guy, you can get a Jonathan Hankins, you can get a Damian Square. These guys aren't Ndamukong Suh good as far as stopping the run, but a Lawrence Guy, he's a proven guy, and you know he knows Tom Brady from his time in New England, so maybe you bring him in. As far as the outside, you can bring in Carlos Dunlap. He's a championship chasing, so why not sign Carlos Dunlap? He can come over and maybe do the same thing that Shaquille Barrett did, especially the rest of that defense is so good. Maybe he can do a good job over there. I think the Bucks do need a backup quarterback, so I think Mike Glennon would do a little bit better job than Blaine Gabbert. I think Glennon and Brady are very similar in their stature. They're both tall, they're both lanky, they both can't move, they both can make the throws that they need to throw. I'm going to digress. I was going to say I think Glennon is better than Brady, but that won't fly. But I think Mike Glennon will be a nice, serviceable quarterback. I think a little bit better than Blaine Gabbert would be. And if Tom Brady, he doesn't get injured, he makes sure he doesn't get injured. So, he's just a nice safety blanket to have. As far as the draft is concerned, if Carlos Basham, which I highly doubt, as a matter of fact, these top 3 picks I have for the Bucks are, in my opinion, amazing. And I don't think that it's going to even pan out this way, but in case it does, this is what you do. You get Carlos Basham, you get Osa. I'm not even going to try to say his last name again. I tried that before. You get Trey Smith. These are guys that you can bring in to fill a huge need and a huge void on that defensive line. If you can get Carlos Basham, he can be on that edge and he can come in on third downs if you're able to get one of these other players to play on the edge like Dunlap or Vernon, or he can be that guy that's on the other side of JPP to just wreak havoc. You got a guy like Osa who can be inside. He's a little bit more agile. He's not a big guy, but he's fast and he can bring a pass rush. He's a great guy you could put next to Vita, and then all of a sudden you have that guy that can command an inside pass rush. You got Trey Smith, who used to be a tackle. You move him into guard, and now you have a guard that can play, and your offensive line is already freaking phenomenal. So the Bucs actually have a lot that they can do, and they don't need a lot of pieces. They signed a lot of their pieces. I think Gronk is going to be back. This team is kind of unfair. They're basically what retirees hope happens in life, is that they go retire, they open their little mom and pop store, and all of a sudden they're 70 years old, they're raking in all the dollars and, you know, doing exactly what they did when they were, you know, up in the north, you know, being a stockbroker and working their ass off. And that's what Tom Brady's doing. It's like, I'm gonna just go retire and open my little hut and bring my boys down. We gonna win championships down here when it's nice and easy and warm in Florida, and just piss me off. Anyway, like and subscribe. This should be the last video. Happy free agency, happy drafting, and I'll talk to you guys on the flip. See ya.
Tom Brady, Super Bowl MVP 7 times.